And welcome into the NFL Week 9 reaction show here on the Paul Farrington Show. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Andrew Keenan, Robert Ziggy Ziegler in Zoomland off in Virginia. And we are also joined by Zach Bloomquist, the best executive producer, perhaps in all of sports media.
The best in the biz. He's the best in the biz.
I really think he is. We have a late night recording here on Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
For a Wednesday release. This will be out on Wednesday. Andrew is coming right off a basketball game. I believe a loss, right?
Did you guys cover?
How many did you score?
No, we didn't cover.
Did you score?
I probably had like 12.
What song did he play?
Well, well, on the way there, I actually I like to listen to I just play Hey Soul Sister, and then it just filters those type of music.
Well, you said that before. You said if you play Soul Sister and then just let it play a random playlist,
it's the best. It's the best music you could get.
It actually is. I tried it one time.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
So this team they were a good team.
Yeah, they were good. We were missing our best player.
But you were
it
there.
Is what it is. I'm not the best player.
I actually kind of envision you driving to that game, listening to 1,000 Miles, like sobbing about the girl at the bar in Hoboken, whoever she is.
Whoever they are, you mean
whoever they are.
There's multiple.
Oh, multiple.
Whatever happened there?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, speaking of missing your best player, our trivia team tonight missing our best player.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Well, Vince.
But you're up there. You're up
Ziggy
there.
and I's friend from Notre Dame, Vince. Actually, Ziggy, you'll be phenomenal.
So you guys didn't win either.
We did not.
I'd be a better trivia player than Vince. I'll say it.
Andrew really wants a couple trivia questions.
Yeah, we had a
rough
day.
rough day. Before we get into the the third best team in the AFC, because everyone's so set on a Chiefs-Bills AFC Championship game. Everyone's saying that those are the two top teams in football. Maybe the Eagles are in there as a third. Who is that? Who's the biggest challenger to the Chiefs and the Bills? Who's the biggest threat to being in the top tier of the AFC? We'll get to that in a second. We have 3 trivia questions. Really excited to see if Ziggy and Andrew can combine with the brain power of these two guys.
We're like Batman and Robin.
It is.
Well, it doesn't matter.
We're Batman.
They're Batman and Batman.
It's like I was gonna say it was like Batman and
maybe like Barnacle Boy and
maybe
Batman.
Yeah.
Maybe like Robin if he had
we can't sleep on Andrew.
6-year-old Robin or something. Yeah, Andrew's good. He's good for everyone's good for one moment.
Yes.
No, I'm good for 2 moments.
No, he's had some moments. Yeah, he's had a couple multiple moment games.
All right, here we go. 3 categories. We have sports, states, and history. First question: sports. Between 2000 and 2009, who led the MLB in steals?
Ziggy,
I'm not the guy for this.
Ziggy will have no idea.
Now, here's what we'll say. Our friend Jordan, who was there, he correctly identified the player.
Our buddy Jordan knew it in less than a second.
But the official trivia guy actually had the wrong first answer. So I'll give you either one. I'll give you the wrong answer, the guy who was in second, or the correct answer.
I feel like Ricky Henderson must be up there, but he might be too old.
I think he's too old.
That
name was thrown around.
It was thrown around, but my grandpa was like, no, he's too old.
No, just because he stole so many bases early in it that I thought.
Yeah.
You
want to hit?
If I had to guess someone, who stole bases then?
Is Ichiro up there?
So we said Ichiro.
Jose Reyes would be my guess.
Jose Reyes was 5.
I threw that
I knew
around.
it wasn't Jose Reyes.
Jimmy Rollins was 4.
Ichiro was 3.
Give me what division, and I'll get it. But
So
AL East was the guy in second.
AL East was the guy in second who the guy said was right.
So let me. Carl Crawford.
Yeah,
he was second. And first
Jordan got.
From where?
Who did he even play for?
He was on the Marlins. I think the White Sox.
I think he's a fake player.
This is the actual correct answer.
I think he's like Sid Finch. I think he's a fake player Sports Illustrated made up.
He's from the Marlins and the White Sox?
No, I've heard of him. And so was Andrew. But I was shocked that's the answer.
Marlins and the White Sox.
JP.
Juan Pierre.
Juan Pierre, yes.
Juan Pierre.
That was the answer.
I would have never, ever got that.
So that's
So
what I was
we
saying.
I would have probably said Ichiro and been wrong.
We said Ichiro.
It was Juan Pierre by like 100 steals.
Oh,
too.
over 100, yeah.
Like 130 or something.
But I'm with Jordan. There's no way that's going to be the answer for this trivia question.
He did steal a lot of bases. That's all I could do.
But he did.
He would bunt and steal.
Again, I don't think he's real. The second question.
He was terrible.
Second question.
He was a bad player.
States. There are 2 states
Ziggy, we could get this.
in the country that are surrounded by 8 states, that touch 8 states. One is Tennessee. The other is blank. Now, let the record be known.
I have an answer immediately.
Let the record be known. Jack and I
we nailed this.
got this question correct.
I would originally. Well, we could discuss out loud, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
I would think Oklahoma is a good guess here.
Not a bad guess.
I would think Kentucky.
I mean, there's really no. It's one of the two.
Well,
We're not saying anything.
But hold on. Pennsylvania touches a bunch of random states, right? Because there's Maryland, there's Delaware, there's
York,
the state was thrown around. The state was thrown around.
I do know my state. Like, I'm being serious. If you ever want to do this on here, I can put all. I mean, I shouldn't be like bragging that I can do that, but most people can.
No, wait.
I can name all 50 states.
Hold on.
Very easily.
Oh, yeah.
But
no, it's for sure Missouri. It's for sure Missouri because Missouri's got that. Because you got Tennessee and Kentucky.
Jack,
It's Missouri for sure.
Wow, masterful by Ziggy.
Because I forgot about that little bit at the bottom that's touching Tennessee.
Paul and I put our heads together and nailed that one.
Well, you guys are Southern travelers.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, we were all over the South.
I just thought
Kentucky's got to be close though, right? Kentucky's got to be sick.
Is Oklahoma terrible? I thought the Panhandle gives us some states.
Kentucky borders Missouri, right? Does it not?
Yeah,
So
Kentucky borders Missouri,
bad
Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana.
Oh, can I say a fun fact?
And I guess Illinois.
Yeah, what's fun?
I went to a state park in Tennessee, and I went up to the top of the mountain, and there was a sign. There was a sign, and it said, "From this point, you can look out and see all 7 states that border Tennessee."
Wow.
So I knew that was an
thing.
answer,
Beautiful
but I was upset that he said, Tennessee is one. He just gave.
Yeah, what you do is you say name one of them.
Yeah. Right, and I would have got that.
Think 3 of the 4 hosts of this show manhandled that question. And Andrew was pretty
Well, see, the most important part about this game we play
teamwork.
is teamwork and the final question.
And
So,
why we
and
go
here's-
to
So we need the final question.
Team
though,
Ziggy
right?
and Andrew would have got that.
Oh
one
yeah,
correct.
no. Teamwork is the most important
Yes,
thing.
we would have got
teamwork
that
makes the
correct.
dream work.
Yeah, it wins and loses games, as we said
See,
before.
Ziggy said Missouri, and I know he was confident, but then me using my astute, observation skills saw Jack.
me smiling
and
at
I
Paul.
said, "Okay, Ziggy,
Yeah.
let's lock it in."
I don't have a
All
good
right,
poker face.
history.
You realize that?
Now here's the thing: we would have won if we gotten this right. Okay.
Okay,
Only one
what's the
team got it
question?
right. In April, this Muppet appeared before the Education Appropriations Subcommittee in support of funding music for education programs.
Oh, that's easy.
All right, you got it.
Yeah. It's Elmo.
He's not a Muppet.
What do you think?
What do you mean Elmo's not? Yeah, no, Elmo.
He's not a
Elmo's
Muppet.
What do you think, Andrew?
Elmo is not a Muppet. I know that's wrong.
I mean, we're not gonna say the answer until you guys officially lock in.
Miss
together.
Piggy is. I like Miss Piggy.
I like Miss Piggy too.
Well, evidently now I know that's wrong.
Well,
All I'm saying is I know
we did
for
not go.
I
We did
know
not guess
for
with Miss
sure.
Piggy.
I like Beaker
No,
too. I always
listen
see
to me,
him
listen
on
to
these
me.
things.
That was
I know
around.
100% for sure that Elmo has testified to Congress for music and education.
Well, Elmo's
It's
not a
Elmo.
Muppet though.
Muppet's like Kermit. the
Muppet
Frog.
is like Kermit, Miss Piggy, Beaker. That other. What's the like rat looking guy.
Was Animal Ant?
I need an official lock-in from.
Well, I do
I'm
like-
saying Elmo. You're
do
not,
like
you're not
Animal.
convincing
So-
me otherwise.
so-
I don't know what other Muppet could have done this.
Ziggy says Elmo. What do you say? What's your final answer?
It's Elmo.
I love Miss Piggy too.
I love Miss Piggy.
Just say Elmo. Believe me, it's Elmo.
This is not history, by the way.
It is history.
Apparently it
Something-
is.
It was history when Elmo testified to Congress in April. What was it? That was during Bush. So was it?
I'm gonna go with Miss Piggy.
2002?
Miss Piggy.
2003?
Elmo is a red Muppet monster
Elmo is the answer. Elmo's Elmo.
in the long-running PBS show Sesame Street.
Ziggy, when are you up?
He's a Muppet for some reason. Look, I was shocked.
Yeah,
too.
we had no
created
idea.
I've heard
under
that
Muppet
before.
trademark,
I did not know
probably.
Elmo was a Muppet.
I've heard that before that he's a Muppet.
But Ziggy, I was just about to text Paul like, that's masterful that Ziggy knew that answer.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you know what?
Now you got to give him another. Do you have any other ones off the top of the dome
Is
that
it-
you could give him? I mean, this guy's electric.
So is he better than Vince? Is Ziggy better than Vince?
That
it's-
is
Or
question.
is that just like?
Vince would have gotten that one.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking.
So we walk into Alabama Grill with Ziggy and Vince. There's no shot we ever.
We have the
lose.
2 best trivia players in North Jersey.
Oh,
maybe Jersey.
Maybe New Jersey's a whole state.
Maybe the Northeast.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's just because they're good at like. I think if it was sports trivia, we'd have a good shot at them. But they know like this nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, sports trivia, I would take off.
and when they said
Sorry,
Elmo,
we care about the state of education in the United States instead of
no,
stolen
and when they
base
said
years
Elmo, I was like,
2009.
oh yeah, that was. But I just wasn't.
I had no
wasn't
clue he was a
thinking
Muppet.
I was not a Muppet.
I asked a
don't
question
think
to
he
my.
really
No,
is.
he's not.
I asked a question to my dad. My dad's like, Elmo's a Muppet.
No, I mean he's technically. I think he appeared on the Muppets originally.
What's the
No, Elmo is a Muppet. He was created under the Muppet trademark as a Muppet. I just
Yeah,
looked it up.
and then when did he cross to Sesame Street?
We need another question.
Oh,
Jack,
by the way,
one.
we said Snuffleupagus. That was our answer.
That is the worst answer ever. You know, Snuffleupagus is like that enormous, like 18-foot monster.
I knew who he was. We didn't know if he was a muffin.
I think I let the Snuffleupagus charge.
I wanted to roll with Miss Piggy.
Yeah, I just need.
You got to give Ziggy one more.
I'm trying to think.
Can we think of
something?
One more.
Yeah, hold on. That's the top of my head. Ziggy, when are you coming up here, by the way? When are you coming to visit us? December?
Yeah, mid-December.
That live show is going to be great.
That's going to be great. And the trivia is going to be great.
Yeah.
I won't be here for trivia.
Oh, you got to extend your stay.
Can't do it.
I can't think of a question to say.
What is the team name of the Air Force football team?
Air Force football?
Yeah. What's the mascot?
Navy
name?
Midshipman, Air Force.
No, it's some animal. It's like it's some animal.
Falcons?
Falcons, yep.
Falcons. I mean, you guys are. They would have won.
We nailed that one.
We did.
I mean, you just
couldn't remember.
That's all I could think. I'm trying to think of.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. It's a great trivia day for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any more.
I mean, you would have won if you had us.
100%. Yeah.
We would have.
Not that I did much, but
I mean, teamwork. It's teamwork.
All right. So, as we were saying, it's late here. So why don't we move on to
I'm hungry. I'm tired.
the NFL? Yeah.
I might go to Wendy's after this.
I don't know. Wendy's.
Some nuggets.
Yeah. All right. Third best team in the AFC. So as I was saying before, everyone seems pretty set on the Bills and Chiefs as the clear-cut 1-2 in that conference. But if someone were to be knocking on the door, who would it be? Who's closest in line? And we all actually have different answers here. So, Jack, why don't you tell us first, who do you think is the third best team in the AFC, the biggest challenge to either the Chiefs or the Bills?
I'm going to go with the Steelers. Easy schedule the rest of the way through.
Stop.
Just had a bye week. TJ Watt's coming back.
Jack.
Okay, I'm kidding. I'm going to roll with the team who just challenged the Kansas City Chiefs in their home building on Sunday Night Football, Tennessee Titans. Because they have like we were saying last episode, Paul, I remember you said this. They have a player who is probably the most valuable offensive player in the NFL who's not a quarterback. And
wait. They traded for Justin Jefferson?
Is Justin Jefferson on the Titans?
They traded for Sauce Gardner.
I will say it again.
Sauce Gardner doesn't play offense.
I'll say it again.
He said offense.
The most valuable.
Trade for Garrett Wilson?
The most valuable offensive player in the entire NFL who is not a quarterback is on the Tennessee Titans.
No, I agree with you. If there's anyone in the league who could take over a game, it's Derrick Henry, who's not a quarterback.
Yeah.
And they did that without their starting quarterback.
The Titans are also playing defense at a high level.
We said last week, prior to the Chiefs game, they had won 5 in a row. A very, very quiet 5 in a row, like the Vikings. They're a good team. I don't think they're not my team.
They're coached beautifully.
It's phenomenal.
Their defense only allowed.
He might be the best coach in the league, honestly.
He's up there. Yeah, he's up there. Their defense has allowed over 20 points just once. That was in Buffalo. Defense is playing well. They can rely on Derrick Henry, ground and pound.
I think they're a really good football team. The problem with Tennessee for me is that when it comes to the playoffs, I don't trust Tannehill. If Willis is playing, we saw what Willis can do on Sunday night. Not much. They were a Ryan Tannehill interception away from going to the AFC Championship game last year. You made a huge mistake at the end of the game.
If Tennessee keeps the ball on the ground, puts the ball in his hands, and plays good defense, they can hang with anybody in the NFL. We saw that last Sunday.
Yes.
We saw it on Sunday.
I like it.
The problem is...
I don't agree with it.
The AFC to me as a whole is not that good. And that's why I go with Tennessee.
Oh, I completely disagree. I think the AFC is 1,000 times better than the AFC.
I think it's very underwhelming.
Maybe you just think the whole NFL is...
I think it's an underwhelming division. Or conference as a whole. Like it was
better than the NFC, right?
Yeah. But it was supposed to be a very, very good conference. I don't think it is.
I mean, you were supposed to have what? We have the helmets right here.
Supposed to have the Chargers.
The Bills, the Titans, the Ravens.
The Chargers what? They're 5-3. What do you want them to do?
No, we're just going through like the Dolphins, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Raiders are supposed to be good. The Broncos are supposed to be good.
The Chargers haven't played good football to me. They haven't looked good to me, the Chargers.
No, I don't think so either.
All right, some of them for the Jets who will play great football. Some of them for the Dolphins.
Is that your team, the Jets?
Well, they're the second best team in the AFC.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I think there's 4 contenders in the AFC.
Yeah, Bills,
I thought there'd be
Jets, Ravens, Chiefs.
I'd go Bills, Chiefs, Titans, Dolphins.
So you say the Jets, Andrew?
100%.
What was it like in your house? Were you at the game?
No, I didn't go. I would say it's different for college football with the atmosphere. Maybe just me. I prefer to watch football on television. because I like to know what's going on. I can see all the plays. I can see the numbers. I do everything. Obviously, if it was like a Jets playoff game, I'd want to go for the atmosphere and stuff like that. It's cold. It's a little rainy. I'd rather sit on my couch and watch the game.
It was like half Bills fans anyway. I saw it. It's half Bills fans.
Listen, it's in New York. It could be all Bills fans. I don't give a shit. We won. I don't care. And that's also not true.
It's still embarrassing though.
It's not embarrassing whatsoever. Regardless, we have the best defense in football. Number one. Look at the defense. Josh Allen. That's the 6th straight passer we've held under 225 yards.
I think he was secretly hurt the whole game.
He might have been. The Patriots beat.
What do you mean secretly hurt the whole game?
He's just saying things.
We saw when he got hurt.
It was literally the second to last play.
Am I wrong?
I'm just messing with you.
Can I quote you in the last episode? Look, the Jets will beat the Bills. Like, they do this. Trust me. They still stink. Wilson won't win us anything.
I did say
Am I
that.
wrong?
I said Wilson will still stink.
So, yeah, how are they the 3rd best team in the AFC?
Because we have the best. I'm explaining. We have the best defense in football. Number one. We have young players who I've said before just keep getting better and better and better. Offensively, we have a superstar. We have Garrett Wilson. You can't guard him. Phenomenal.
But you have no quarterback.
Well, we don't have a great quarterback. But listen, if he just goes out there, don't turn the ball over, we will win. We will win games. Run the ball. Look at that last drive. The Bills knew we were running it, and they couldn't stop it. I think it was 7 straight runs.
When you say a bunch of young players who keep getting better, you mean a bunch of players who have never once played in a playoff game. That's the team you think is the 3rd best in the AFC and ready to run.
Well, that's not true. CJ Mosley's played in a playoff game.
He's not young.
Whitehead has won a Super Bowl. Joyner's played in playoff games.
Can you tell me one relevant player on this offense that has played in a playoff game?
Was James Robinson on that team with Blake Bortles? No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
No, James Robinson has never been to the playoffs.
Yeah, that was 4 now.
Laken Tomlinson, he's played. He's a big part of the O-line. He's played for the 49ers in the playoffs.
Are you comfortable going into Buffalo or Kansas City? Assuming that Josh Allen, do we have an official report on him yet?
Listen, Paul, when it gets cold, you know this. The playoffs, those
you need defense.
Those over-unders drop. They drop. It's cold.
I like the Jets. I really do.
We're blitzing. We're picking them off. We're running the ball down your throat. Listen, why would I not be confident?
No, you should.
I'm
you
6
should
and 3.
absolutely be confident.
We just beat the quote-unquote best team in the league.
It's a good answer.
And we manhandled
it's a good
them. I know it was
answer.
only 3 points, but it was a manhandle.
No, you looked great. I just worry about Zach Wilson come playoff time.
And that's I also worry about it.
I don't think that this is a bad football team by any means. I just don't trust them in the playoffs when Zach Wilson needs to make a throw. I don't think he's going to make it.
Listen.
That's all the only beef I have with the Jets is that.
Yeah,
Sauce Gardner is unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. DJ Reed's playing unbelievable. Quinnen Williams, finally. I was the biggest Quinnen Williams hater ever. We picked some D tackle from Alabama, the only one who does nothing. This year he's finally phenomenal. He'll be an all-pro.
When do you play Buffalo again?
We play Buffalo, I think,
because you guys are trolling them relentlessly. Have you been seeing this?
That's what we do.
No. What's going on?
The Jets social media team is phenomenal.
Yeah, they might be the best in the
league. They're awesome.
They're good.
But they are destroying Buffalo.
I haven't seen any of this.
So I'm thinking back in Buffalo.
I think it's pretty darn stupid.
And listen,
I do too.
We'll probably again. I know the Jets will probably have a bye week. We'll go to New England and we'll get blown out. I know that's just what happens.
But if you win that game,
if we win that game, Super Bowl's on. The Super Bowl is on.
Super Bowl's on.
That game, yes.
Can we? That's a real right there.
Yeah, let's quote that.
So we can quote you on that.
If the New York Jets go into New England and win, the Super Bowl is on. We'll be 7-3. Then we have the Bears. We'll beat them, and then we're 8-3. I mean,
and what is the Vikings?
Yeah, you'll easily beat the Bears. It's not like Justin Fields has shown anything interesting.
Well,
where's that game?
Well, Ziggy, we have the best defense in the league.
Where's that game?
I believe it's at home against the Bears.
They'll beat the Bears at home.
They'll beat the Bears at home.
And then I've seen, I don't know if you've seen that it's supposed or potentially it was Cowboys Colts, I think. Was supposed to be that Sunday night game when it's Jets Vikings, and there's rumors Jets Vikings will be flexed into Sunday night.
I've been thinking about possibly going to that.
Is that in Minnesota?
That's in Minnesota.
That will be Jack. I'm going to paint a picture, and then you can go to someone else's team.
Then we'll go to Ziggy.
The New York Jets against the Vikings. If that gets flexed into prime time, that Jets defense at night flying around, our first primetime game. Sunday night primetime game in 11 years. all those young guys will be pumped up, excited for their intros, and then prime time Kirk Cousins will come out and throwing picks left and right, and we're running it down their throat. We're going
to see a different Kirk Cousins in prime time now.
Did you see those chains? Kirk Cousins is ready to play.
Oh, he's ready.
Oh my God.
We're going to see a different type of Kirk Cousins in that prime time.
You understand that's like they weren't laughing with Kirk Cousins in that. They're laughing
No, you don't understand. He's not Kirk Cousins anymore. He's Kirk Thuggins. He's ready to absolutely
That could be a Paul Farrington show trip to the game.
I'll go to that.
Could be.
I'll go to that game.
Okay,
We expense it.
We might be able to.
How many reels do we have to put up a day to get them? What would that be, like $800?
We're like $30 now?
No, the
$40?
YouTube revenue for our show went from $25 to $19. So I don't know what happened.
They stole money.
We're losing.
We somehow lost.
Goddamn
$6.
Biden and his taxes.
Ziggy, who is your third best team?
Is Paul keeping the money? We just don't know about it.
Yeah, no, I'm smuggling it. I'm buying Snickers bars.
I want my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creative vision intern 7.
No. Take out creative vision. Take out David. Take out intern Jeff. There's like 5.
We got 5.
All right, I want my 350.
Yeah, I'd love mine too. That's a big.
How about we take that $19 and we throw it on a Jet Super Bowl?
I wouldn't be opposed.
If they beat New England.
Okay.
Well, look, then the odds get
They
better.
beat New England.
Okay.
Then the odds get better, probably, right? No, they probably stay the same.
Ziggy, who's your third best team? The biggest
So
contender.
here's the thing. What you guys are listing, you're listing teams that are perfectly good, but they're missing the X factor. What you need to go deep in the NFL playoffs is a quarterback that can play well. And if I look in the AFC, you could look at the Dolphins and Tua. That's a quarterback who plays well, but there's real questions about the defense. I think the team best suited to make a run in the AFC that's not one of those two is the Baltimore Ravens. You look, and this is a team that's been able to dominate a lot of their games and give things up just at the end. Defense isn't quite getting it done, even though the offense can carry. Lamar can run. He's got guys to throw to. They need defense. So they go out and get Roquan Smith. What's the weakness of the Browns? Well, Nick Chubb's averaging 6 yards a carry. Joe Mixon, 6 yards a carry. Saquon carves them up against the Giants.
But you think tackling's irrelevant, though?
No, what I said is tackles are a volume stat. You can't just look at numbers of tackles. You have to look at tackles for loss or no gain. Then you look at Roquan Smith, who the Ravens just acquired against the Saints. He tackles Alvin Kamara for a loss 2 plays in a row. Alvin Kamara averages like 3 yards. Look, the Ravens improved their weakness. They've got a strong offense with an elite quarterback. I don't know why this team's not getting talked about more.
Who are the receivers?
I just mentioned them before.
Their coaching woes, which they did.
Who are the receivers on the Ravens?
Lamar chokes in the playoffs.
Who are the Ravens receivers?
Doesn't matter.
But
Devin Duvernay,
DeMarcus
Robinson.
Lamar chokes.
Really, you should be looking at Mark Andrews.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you have Mark
Andrews is great.
They'll just run read option RPOs, and they'll have Likely on one side. They'll have 8 line. Well, yeah, so they'll have 7 linemen with the 2 tight ends.
Likely's awesome. Likely's great.
I think they're going to be good. I love the Ravens.
I love Baltimore too. They're my 4th.
It's a good answer. Good team if they choke in the playoffs.
That's what they need to stay the 3 seed, because I do not like the New York Jets if we don't win the division because of the Bills being the 5 seed and going to Baltimore. I would love to go to Tennessee.
That should scare anyone.
Yeah, that's
Baltimore. I think they're great.
You knew went into Baltimore, not going to the playoffs. Mike Vrabel's Titans.
Oh yeah.
Who did the Ravens beat last year in week 1 or the first round of the playoffs? They did win, right?
Yeah, they beat.
Did they beat the Titans? Did they get the Titans back?
Yeah, they beat the
Titans. They beat the Titans.
No, the Bengals beat the Titans. The Bengals beat the Titans.
Are you sure?
No, last year they didn't make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, no.
They didn't make it.
Not?
Yeah, they were the first team out.
2 years ago, I think they beat the Titans in Nashville.
That's when Lamar ran off. Yeah.
That's after the Titans beat them in Baltimore.
I like Baltimore a lot, but guys, why is no one bringing up the Miami Dolphins?
I did actually.
I mean, Miami Dolphins as their team.
They beat the Steelers by 6.
They beat the Steelers by 6.
They lost to the Jets.
They would have beat the Jets if Tua played.
Whoa! Stop.
Oh yeah.
No, we can't. Woulda, coulda, shoulda in the NFL.
Oh, but no, Tua was out though.
Okay, we won by 23.
It's a fake win. It's a fake win.
Okay, whatever.
It's a fake win. Hey, no Bradley Chubb. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
I did say they're Super Bowl contender with Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, you got flamed for that by someone in the comments. Look, this Dolphins team, they beat the Bills, and Josh Allen was healthy the entire game.
This New York Jets team beat the Bills, and Josh Allen was healthy the entire game.
Almost the entire game. No, but Tua,
he needs Tommy John, I think.
Are you serious?
That's what I saw. That's just Twitter, what I saw. It could be fake, but that's what I saw.
I saw that they're hoping he plays this week.
Well, I think if you have like a partially torn UCL in football, I think he'll be okay to fight through it.
He's going to play through it, and if not, he'll only be out a week or 2.
Who does Buffalo got?
It's not like he's pitching.
Who they got this week, Buffalo?
Minnesota.
In Buffalo. In Buffalo, they're going to
Keenan and Diggs.
What's the line?
I don't know yet.
I'm going to say it right. If it's anything lower than 11.5, I love the Bills.
Even without Josh Allen?
Well, okay. And we need Josh Allen to play.
Oh, okay.
If Josh Allen plays, I go anything less than 13.5.
They're going to be pissed.
I want to get back to the Dolphins here. When Tua starts, is it now 6-0, Zach? 6-0 with Tua starting. He leads the NFL for those 6 games that he's played in most statistical categories, or he's a top quarterback. But really, it all comes down to those guys on the outside, Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is having an all-time season right now. He's going to threaten 2,000 yards. Like, he legitimately could end up being the number one. It could be one of the best receiving seasons ever.
Hand up. I was wrong about Tua. However, I still see every game, like the Waddle at the end of the game running wide open for a touchdown. He underthrows him.
He underthrows everyone. He really
I don't know why he does that, because he actually, I'm not even going to lie, he looks great when it's like he does that like RPO and throws it over the middle.
His
always right on target.
Like quick slant is incredible.
However, I don't get why he can't throw the ball like 40 yards accurately.
Look, don't worry about the Dolphins' offense. The Dolphins' offense.
Their defense does. Their secondary is.
What you should worry about.
I mean, like,
you can't let up 45.
The Dolphins gave 180 rushing yards to Justin Fields. He broke the NFL QB rushing record.
Also, the Lions.
32 points to the Chicago Bears.
The Lions are by 20 points on them. Great comeback.
Look, what I'm doing is I'm attaching myself to the team that can score in the playoffs. Like, I know you need defense a lot of the times, but some of these games are back and forth.
Well, look at a couple of years ago when it was Bucks Chiefs. That was kind of the offense against the defense. Obviously, I mean, you're in the Super Bowl, you're gonna have good on both sides, but that's kind of what I feel like this is.
I think the defense will always win.
Yeah, they're gonna run into like a big time defense.
I think about Seattle, Denver a lot of the times when I think about those games.
Yeah, offense, defense.
Where Seattle won.
Broncos.
Remember Denver, Carolina, offense, defense. Denver.
No. So I'm saying Seattle beat Denver with Peyton Manning's offense. Then Denver beat Carolina. But the Chiefs did beat the 49ers. Weren't the 49ers really good defense that season?
Well, they also the 49ers should have won if Jimmy Garoppolo.
It took a huge choke job. It took a choke job.
Tua has never underthrown a receiver running open deep. That's never happened. So the Dolphins don't need to worry about that happening.
Listen, all I'm saying is this offense is clicking. They have 2 of the best receivers in football. If Josh Allen, depending on his injury, we'll see how long he's out, but they already have a win against Buffalo. I think this is just a really good Dolphins team, and right now I think they're better than Baltimore because they beat Baltimore. I think they're better than Cincinnati. They probably would have won that game if Tua had played. So he just got to be healthy.
One question for you, Paul. One question for you. You look at the AFC East. You got the Bills at 6-2, Jets 6-3, Dolphins 6-3, Patriots 5-4. Do you think the Dolphins can win this division?
No, I think Buffalo, assuming Josh Allen is going to play.
Here's the thing to this question.
I think Buffalo wins it. But if Josh Allen misses a few weeks, Miami and the Jets both have an opportunity in front of them. But I think the Dolphins are better than the Jets.
Look, losing to the Patriots at home is killing the Jets. But
it is.
We're not like we didn't say the third. Do we say third best team this year, or the team who can challenge the Bills and the Chiefs?
I said best, but really I'm looking for who can challenge the Bills.
I would say Ravens then too. But I mean, I think the Jets are
the Ravens and the Titans will probably win their divisions and play home games. Like teams like the Bills and the Jets and the Dolphins will go on the road. I don't know if I see them going on the road to teams like Baltimore winning those games.
I mean, the way it's shaping up, it could be Jets Bills in the first round.
If you think the Dolphins are good enough to beat the Bills, like they have a chance to win the division.
Yeah, I know. If Miami can win the division, especially with Josh Allen out. Especially, but you think
but they don't need that. You look at their schedule. You got the Browns, the Texans, the Packers, and then some divisional games.
Yeah, no.
They can beat the Bills twice. The division's theirs.
I just don't see them beating Buffalo in Buffalo. That's why I think Buffalo ultimately comes away with it. But this Dolphins team, we've seen that when they play their best football, they're awesome.
So you think if Miami, because they're not going to be higher seed, most likely they're definitely not going to be higher seed than the Chiefs, but probably not going to be higher seed than the Bills. You think they can either go to Arrowhead or Buffalo in 6-degree weather with wind and snow and freezing cold, and they're going to go out there and run this offense that can score 40 points? I think there's no chance.
I just don't see that at all.
They probably don't win the game. But I'm saying, like Tennessee, I can see them getting. If Henry gets bottled up, they're destroyed.
But I'd rather have Henry in the cold in Buffalo. Like maybe he's just going to bounce off guys and go for 250.
It would be the Dolphins or the Ravens.
Tennessee plays ground and pound and plays good defense.
That's the Jets. That's the Jets.
I'm sorry. And one more thing though, Cincinnati. When Jamar Chase gets back,
I think their defense is too bad.
I think that Cincinnati could be in there.
Or even the Jets too has a good defense. The Dolphins' defense is sus.
Yeah, it's terrible. I also even though I hate the Patriots, don't sleep on them. They're destroying teams defensively.
They are defensively.
They're above 500, right? They're in last place. Yeah.
It has 4 teams. I mean, I don't know if it's even possible because everyone plays each other. It has 4 teams from a division that ever made the playoffs.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
No way.
Is it possible? It is possible.
I mean, AFC
it's possible, but it's never happened.
Similarly, like you were saying with the Jets, how they're right now on track to going to Baltimore. Like the Vikings are the 2 seed.
Well, right now it's tennis. Right now it's Titans, but it was Baltimore before they won last night.
Gotcha. The Vikings right now are the 2 seed, and they'll have, if the season ended today, they would have San Francisco coming to Minnesota.
Well, also, who got hurt for the Giants?
Oh, the
Xavier
McKinney, the safety, right?
Yeah. Like that hot take of me, I can't wait to be dancing in Week 18 on their graves.
That would have been a nice Commanders win though this week over the Vikings.
They should have.
They should have won.
That was horrible.
Got some magic.
You have to thank Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, we do thank Mike.
Literally, he said Kirk Cousins is terrible, and then they didn't even have the ball. 2 minutes of real life time. And the Vikings had the ball in the 15-yard line.
Oh, I was nervous too because I had the under. I'm like, oh, no.
I remember when you said you have a special gift, Mike, during the Viking Eagle game, right?
Yes.
He's like, man, Vikings can't get points on the board.
He said Vikings defense is terrible.
Oh, Vikings can't get stopped.
Then immediately they blocked the field goal.
Yeah.
Then he said, he's like, he had the Bills money line on a parlay, and he's like, Jets are gonna win. They're playing fantastic.
Oh, that's why he said it.
Andrew goes, Mike had the Bills. Yeah.
Oh no, so that doesn't count. He has to just say it with no intention.
No. He can have it. We've seen in the past. He can have the pick. Yeah.
Did he have the Vikings?
Oh yeah, no. He can have the pick.
Last year
he gets mad.
Yeah.
And then
he'll get mad.
Say something.
Then he'll be like, Jets are playing so well. Why?
And, the gods intervene. The sports gods intervene.
That's why I thought that. Are you sure he didn't say anything about FDU?
I think he said something.
No.
I think he was probably like, I can't believe we won this game.
I watched the game start to finish. And especially in the last 1.8 seconds, his mouth was shut.
It's a gift.
But it was that was awful. That was a bad loss. That was a tough loss.
Let's wrap it up here because Ziggy, you have a class tomorrow morning, right? Or you have a lecture? What is it?
I've got to give a philosophy talk tomorrow.
And what is the topic? I missed it when you mentioned it earlier.
It's on animalism, which is the view that human persons are numerically identical to animals.
Where do you come down on that?
This.
What does that even mean? Can you give us a quick 30-second synopsis?
Yeah, so basically here's the thought is like, think about your persistence conditions.
We got to use normal words.
Yeah, so let me explain. Your persistence conditions are basically what's required for you to continue persisting, right? So that you don't die.
Okay.
The standard view that most people have is something like psychological continuity and or connectedness. Like, have you ever seen Freaky Friday?
Yes.
So in Freaky Friday, like, the 2 people switch minds.
Yeah.
If you accept a psychological continuity and or connectedness view, the people are like going with their minds. Like what it is for you to persist is to have the same kinds of psychological states over time, the right kind of connection.
Okay.
Right. So you could upload your brain to a computer and survive. Like your memory, like we could program, like whatever. You just need that.
So like food and water are not here. We're talking like a little more in depth.
What do you mean food and water?
Like to survive, like persistence. Like you need.
Yeah, we're talking about the conditions for like your. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking more like mental capacity and stuff.
Well, no. So the question is, what needs to be the case for you to survive? Some people say only your mind needs to survive. I say that you need to have the same biological life. So you got to be the same living organism.
Okay.
Interesting.
This is a controversial view. Basically, everyone hates it, but it's true.
So that's called animalism?
Yeah. Eric Olson made it big in like the late 90s. Peter Van Inwagen threw it out. It's taken up with some other people.
So like if I upload my brain to a computer, most people say it's still me.
I think you will die. I think you will die if you do that. Most
like
people
Zoloff in the Avengers.
Yes.
Wait, Ziggy, you
know the Star Trek teletransporters?
Yeah.
I do not think you could persist through that. Like, I think you would die if you got one of those things. But if you accept psychological continuity, you could persist through it, right? Because it's the same mind.
We could have a really interesting podcast, just like 3 dummies and a.
Well, I think of myself as one of the smarter people in the northern hemisphere, but this
you
type,
see that eye roll right?
This type of stuff flies over my head.
Well, you can still be a.
Well, I just don't want to die, man. I just want to figure out what it takes for me to survive, and I want to figure out if an afterlife's possible.
Ziggy,
depending on your view, persistence conditions.
The afterlife thing, we all have our faith and stuff, but this is what you do, Ziggy, to survive. You take, you're doing. I'm sure you get some sort of stipend or pay or whatever for your student, your TA stuff. You take that. You take all of it. Maybe some of your loans you've taken out for school if you needed that, if you didn't have a scholarship, all of that type of stuff. You take it out and you throw it on Gonzaga to cover against Michigan State Friday in basketball.
True.
And then you double it.
And parlay with the Steelers win the AFC North at 50-1.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this.
How big is your class? Is it like a big auditorium you're speaking in front of? Like
it's going to be in front of like 30 people, but a lot of them are going to be like advanced graduate students.
Are they locked in? Are they like, wait, so you're teaching to like graduate advanced Virginia?
This isn't for my class. This is its own thing I'm doing.
Oh, this is just extracurricular, like I'm a genius type stuff.
Dude, I'm a genius stuff. It's I got to get a job stuff. So
if you're giving,
here's the upshot, guys. Here's the upshot. There are a lot of people who are out there right now that are trying to figure out ways to upload their brain to a computer and live forever. If I'm right, what they are doing is literally suicidal.
Oh, so this is like something you came up with?
No, it's not. Well, so it's a view I think is true. I think I've got a clever new argument for this view that addresses a problem.
Can we live stream your lecture on our YouTube channel? Is that possible?
I'll see what I can do.
People would love to see that.
I would sit and watch the whole thing.
I want to watch this.
Yeah, is this can this be found on video anywhere?
I want to watch this bad.
Doubtful.
Wow. You know what? When he comes up.
I mean, listen, these are graduate students at Virginia, so these are the top minds.
These are smart kids.
No, he's the one who's
UVA is not where the smart philosophers
Ziggy,
are.
There's probably people who are outside of grad students. Is this beyond grad students? Are there other people?
No, it's just going to be grad students and faculty there.
I'm very I would love to
listen,
see
you're downplaying it.
Well, at some point, I think this is good. I'll give it at a conference. I'll ask like the American Philosophical Association.
Do you think anyone will recognize you from this show?
Oh yeah, no. I get stopped all the time.
Ziggy,
it's honestly becoming a problem.
Let me ask you a question, Ziggy. So tomorrow, if you and I are both up there in front of that room debating, how quickly would you end me in a debate?
I don't know what that. What does it mean to end someone in a debate?
How long would this debate be until Zach forfeits?
Yeah, if I were to argue the other side,
Jack.
How quickly you get me to forfeit with no response?
Well, it depends.
I don't think I'd get you to. I mean, I could just say some big words and you have no response.
That's the answer right there. 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Right. Like, I mean, here's what I would ask you. Right, as I just ask you what you think about. Like,
how would I argue? Yeah, let me try to argue something.
Well, so like, are you like a psychological continuity or connectedness person?
No, obviously no.
Yeah, Jack would say no.
Yes.
Well, so here's have you seen Freaky Friday?
I actually haven't. No.
Oh my!
I've heard of it.
Go home and watch it.
Should I go home and watch it?
You ever seen Star Trek? You ever seen Star Trek?
No. You think Jack's seen Star Trek?
How about this? You debate this. Jack had
Have you heard the song Freaky Friday?
Yes.
I woke up in Chris Brown's body.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
They
about.
go to the Chinese restaurant and they get the fortune cookie and they switch bodies. Watch it. This is what you should debate right now. It'll take 2 minutes because he'll end it.
Okay.
You could give Ziggy the hypothetical we were talking about. I believe it was on Friday about you behind
Ziggy.
So Ziggy will be on my side.
Ziggy, but you give me 2 yards.
And then we end.
This is gonna be the last thing.
Yeah, last question.
Let's go.
So if I ran, let's say if I had 20 carries,
Jack's the running back.
I'm the running back for Notre Dame behind Notre Dame's massive offensive line, right? Against
massively terrible offensive line.
Let's just say, fine. Who's the best O-line in college football? Wisconsin,
Michigan,
Alabama, Michigan.
Michigan's very good.
If I ran behind Michigan's huge O-line and had 20 carries against Marist college football, how many yards do I have?
I think you could average a yard a carry.
So you're saying
20 yards.
At least. I'd say somewhere.
He would 100%
if I had to guess.
Well, the whole thing is he can't get injured because if one of these Marist kids hit him, he'd be done.
Let's assume you can't get injured, and let's assume every negative run just counts for 0.
I mean,
no, you can't do that.
The holes that are opening up are massive.
I think Jack pops off for.
Wait, hold on. So you've got the Michigan offensive line.
Yes, against Marist.
Who are you playing? You're against the Marist.
Marist College.
I said he'd get 45 yards.
Andrew gave me 2 yards a carry.
I think he could go over 50.
I'd give myself.
You understand, but the issue is, like I was saying, is Jack is so small. He also has no idea how to be a running back, so he's not going to be able to see any holes. He's going to run into the back of his lineman at the time, and he's going to fall down by hitting them.
But his lineman will be 3 yards up the field.
Just
my line is barreling.
They're
barreling these people.
Does the Marist defense know you're going to be running? Or can we imagine it's just like they're playing normal defense?
It's a normal game.
I just get 20 carries in a normal game.
Oh, I think you could go. I think you
It's
could go
not
for
just
over
it's not
70.
just back to back to back to back.
Marist against Michigan.
You're not understanding that these guys are still huge.
But it's
not huge,
Michigan.
but
It's
they're
the
not
Michigan
huge.
O-line.
So
It's
they're
the
going to
Michigan O-line at 400 pounds.
Yeah, if it was a Michigan running back, they average 18 yards a carry. But Jack, these guys still are going to get hit back a little bit at some point.
Yeah, but you just Marist's defensive line is not made of a bunch of big guys, right? So we're talking like six. I mean, these guys are like 6'2", 250.
I can get the ball and slide it for 4 yards.
Jack's 5'8", 110.
But Michigan offensive line is like 6'7", 400.
I think Jack is easily over 3 yards a carry.
I can take the ball, get 4 yards and slide down every time.
We'll have to send this to Marist and see what they say.
They'd be out to kill me.
Jack also wanted a hypothetical about him playing basketball. That one was horrible.
And look, these kids are athletes. Like, they're good athletes.
Do you know how big Michigan's center is?
He's probably 500
He's probably
pounds.
like 6'2", 400.
No, I'm gonna guess like 6'4".
He's 6'7", 320.
I mean, he's run for.
And
he
you're
might go
telling
over.
me
I go over the century mark.
He might go over.
I go over the century mark.
Jack might pop out for 250 and 5 touchdowns.
Here's the last thing you got to consider when you're factoring this in is you're just thinking about the offensive line, right? Do we get the whole Michigan offense?
Yes. Do we get the offense?
Yes, it's a game, and I'm the running back for Michigan.
Because here's the thing, right?
I mean, they're diverting attention.
They're bringing
Jack might go over 100 yards.
They're bringing in like 6'6", 250 tight ends to
Weinberger
light up the linebackers.
Have you ever seen like not Alvin the Chipmunks, Stuart Little when he plays football?
Well, Stuart Little's a tiny man.
That's what Jack will look like in the past.
Does he have the Michigan O-line in front of him?
If you run to that guy who's 6'7", 320, you're going to fall.
I think
it's going to be like you hit a brick wall.
I'd see the whole bell and just cut right through it. I'd see the whole bell and just zip right through it.
Go ahead, Ziggy.
I'm just going to say this. I think that Jack would score at least one touchdown on a long run just because literally every opposing player would be on their ass.
I'm not slow.
Compared to
All right. We're rapping.
Jack, I think over 100.
The shoulder pads are going to be so big on him, they're going to go down to his elbows.
So all three of us think over 100 yards.
I think over 100 yards, and I think you bust at it. I think over 75 yards.
I'll take it.
Do you understand?
I don't think you understand. All right, let's wrap this up. Thank you again for listening to the Week 9 reaction show.
Ziggy's a smart man. Ziggy's a smart man.
Let us know how many yards you think Jack runs for against Marist with the Michigan offense. Thanks for listening. We'll see you for the Week 10 preview.